Anyway, how are you all? Good day? We made it to Friday, folks. We made it to Friday. Well done all. And another good news, I did wash my hair today. It's back in a even more lopsided bun. No, I cannot do my Glasgow accent, Nick. It's atrocious. I would never offend anyone. I'm sorry. No, I know my limits. Again, with the lighting, let me just try and turn this off. I have got the videos from the cleansing videos 1 and 2 uploading to YouTube as we speak. It will take about an hour and a half, and then we have about 7 million links all done. All the links are live, ready to go. We are just waiting for YouTube to upload it, and then I will put it on YouTube, the blog, and IGTV, and that will be the ongoing sequence of events for as long as we do it, basically. So we are doing moisturizers. I don't have to try a Kentucky accent, thank you. I was brought up in Mississippi. I know. Do you rate Augustinus Bader? I think it's expensive for what it is, personally. Maybe turn the bun halo light off. Well, if I do that, you see, I don't know. It's just very dark. I mean, I can make it go away a bit. I don't know. How amazing was the NHS clap? The NHS clap was amazing. Budget hydrating moisturizer for 23-year-old skin. Anything. The Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors. I think I have that one to hand, actually. Hang on. Here we go. That one. I know when I hold things up, it's reversed. Nothing I can do about that. That's a glitch of Instagram. But it says Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA. Okay. No, I'm not. Someone said about not wearing makeup. Yeah, I'm not wearing makeup this entire period. Why? For my husband? Please. Is it better to use a separate SPF and moisturizer? Yes, it is. In my humble opinion. There is the odd really great SPF out there that acts as a moisturizer too, but I like a separate SPF because you are not going to apply a moisturizer with SPF 15. First of all, it's not high enough. And if you're going to apply something that's an SPF 30 or a 50, you might as well do it in a separate SPF. That's my opinion. That's all I have to say. I mean, it's not all I have to say. It's a silly thing for me to say. Yeah, the boots queue. A couple of words on the Curel post from today. Where is it? Oh, it's right next to me. About this. I know that there is a huge queue to get online to Boots. To my knowledge, they are working as quickly as they can to get people through and fixed and get it fixed. Because, of course, most of us have to shop online. That's just the way it is. I wholeheartedly disagree with the odd comment that was under the grid post that said people should only be buying essential items at this time. I'm sorry, skincare is an essential item. It's not some fancy £75 Louboutin lipstick. It's called skincare for a reason. And I mean this with as much empathy as I can muster through a screen. If you don't think skincare is an essential, you probably have good skin and access to a lot of product in your house, because if you don't have great skin and you find yourself stuck at home and your skin is suddenly flaky or inflamed or breaking out, that is an issue. And people who don't have amazing skin genetically or for whatever reason, it can be really, really bad for someone's mental health. So I'm sorry, for me, skincare is as important as toothpaste, a razor, shaving gel, shower gel, shampoo, conditioner, deodorant. It's all basic care items. You may not agree, but I don't care. We're not doing eye creams today, people. It's moisturizer. Come on. I know that moisturizer is an eye. You know what I mean. Do actives and moisturizers work? It depends on the moisturizer. It depends on how thick it is. It depends on the base ingredient. If you're going to put something like a really expensive peptide, but here's the thing. Why would someone do that? Do you see what I mean? So I don't tend to go for really expensive moisturizers. I would rather put all the money in a runny-ish serum in the middle, which I say on repeat, but I will always repeat because I don't mind. So actives and moisturizers. To me, a moisturizer is your coat. The outfit is everything that goes on underneath, like your serums and your, maybe even to some degree, a facial oil that comes at the end. Like, Like I said on the Fat Mascara podcast, Vintner's Daughter is a serum, but it's an oil. Do you see what I mean? So I reckon when we come to do serums and oils, that'll be a long episode. So do actives and moisturisers work? They don't hurt, certainly. But if it's in a really thick base, like if it's in a sort of heavy glycerin base or a shea butter base, you wouldn't really put an active in it because how is it going to penetrate? Do you see what I mean? And that's why when I see things like the Augustinus Bader £300 face cream, I'm like, get a serum. Get a serum, get an El Cheapo moisturiser. Not like super cheap, you know, I don't mean like £3, but a basic moisturiser is going to be better on top of a nice active serum, to my mind. Dedicated night creams for mid-20s. If you want to and you can. For example, Clarins do multi-active. That's a fantastic range. And I got into night creams from using Clarins in my late teens, early 20s because I like the routine of taking everything off in the evening and face cleansing and putting a dedicated nighttime moisturiser on. But you absolutely do not have to if budget is a concern. If you want to buy one moisturiser and you want to use it AM and PM, the only caveat is make sure it is SPF free, because then you don't want to sleep in an SPF moisturiser. So if you have an SPF moisturiser, then yes, you need something separate for nighttime. If you have a moisturiser that is just a normal one and you use a separate SPF, you're golden. You only need one. Depends what you think. Thoughts on SkinCeuticals moisturiser for 44-year-old living in Canada. I love a bit of SkinCeuticals. They're one of my like trust brands, as in they send me things and I go, this would obviously work. You know, I have brands like that I can count on two hands, I think. Maybe? Is that a sweeping statement? I would doubt myself. I'm thinking now. Maybe that's something else for a list. The lists I'm making, seriously, I had to pick my top 10 cleansers. I managed 12. And I only got 12 because a couple of them said, includes the whole range. I'm just writing down my notes so that when I say I'm going to do this, I don't have to watch all of this back, right? Because I'm doing it. I don't have to watch it all back. So let me do the brands that I trust. But yeah, SkinCeuticals would be one of them. And it depends on your skin type as to where you are. But you can trust that brand. Moisturiser for sensitive skin, age 32. The Curel I've just done. Depends where you live. If you live in France, you've got things like Embryolisse, not the original because that is a mineral oil base. This one isn't. This is the anti-age firming cream. This is the one with the really funny description. You'll like this. I think they've literally translated it. Corrector care for established wrinkles. My wrinkles are very established, thank you. Good morning from Sydney. Hello, Sydney. Pro Collagen Elemis, what do you think? Great product. Love Elemis. Love the people behind it. Do you rate Olay moisturiser? Some of them. Some of them for me have too much silicone and I don't get that sort of absorption that I want. Do you know what I mean? But you can't knock a brand that's been around that long. There's a reason it does really well, let's face it. But yeah, it's more hit and miss for me than total hit. And I don't mean that in an unfair way. It's just, I would have to do something like an Olay. I would have to do on a product by product basis. Great cheap hand cream for NHS staff. Hi, Elodie. Hand creams. You need to look at pharmacy brands. So La Roche-Posay, Cycloplast, Avon, anything in that arena. Aveeno, depending on where you live, if you're in the States, and just go for something around £5. And I'm talking primarily to NHS staff who have basically managed to get out on a break, or they get family to get it for them, or they finally get through that Boots queue and they can find one. If you want a hand cream, I would also try essential.com, and that's not spelt the way you think it is. It's scent, as in fragrance, ESCENTUAL.com. They have all the French pharmacy brands and they always have them on offer, and you will be able to get through to them much quicker than you will Boots. And no, I'm not affiliated with them. They're just very nice people. I've done Augustinus Bader. Hi, Amanda, if you're still here. I know the Boots queue is crazy. Like I say, they're trying to work through it. I don't know what to tell you people, I'm sorry. Best moisturiser for stressed out teenage spotty skin, about £20 maximum. Oh, maybe something in the La Roche-Posay family, around the Effaclar family. But the thing is with Effaclar, in an ideal world, you would use Effaclar directly on the spots and then use something a bit more hydrating everywhere else. But it depends how spotty. If they are just rampant spotty and you can't get them to a derm or your GP, then by all means try Effaclar. But it's not, I don't really like Effaclar for sort of all day intensive use forever and ever. I just don't think it's enough, and it's not hydrating enough, because a spotty skin still needs some hydration. Yes, I've also realised that I've been wearing this Adidas hoodie maybe for the last, every night I've done this, but it's warm, and I hang it on the bedroom door, so when I walk into the bedroom I instinctively pick it up and put it on. You're here for the fashion and the glowing makeup face, I know. Clinique Moisture Surge Intense, yes, love a bit of Clinique Moisture Surge, can't go wrong. Best moisturiser for combination skin for you in your 40s, thank you. Well, it depends on budget. Combination skin in your 40s, Kate Somerville Oil Free is a fantastic moisturiser. Kate Somerville moisturisers would be in my top moisturisers forever. Zellen's moisturisers are really, really good. You will find I recommend a lot of the same products a lot of the time. And it's not sort of direct product, it's more brand recommendations. Medicate make fantastic moisturisers. I like the Biossance Squalane moisturiser. Loads. And the Biossance one's quite light, actually. You might quite like that one. I do have it here somewhere. Hang on. Oh. Squalane and Probiotic. I know it's backwards, I'm sorry. Squalane and Probiotic Gel Moisturiser. Very nice and very light texture, look. Can you see in there? Hang on. It's not heavy and rich, so if you are combo skin, it's just nice and moisturises really nicely. There you go. I don't want to waste it though. Have you started a list of baby products for your soon-to-be grandchild? No, because if I start the shopping, I can't do it. No, just have to wait. Have you tried Neod Modulating Glucoside? I have not tried that product, but I don't doubt it's a good product, if that helps. What are your thoughts on environmental moisturiser? The question was, I have to remember, of course, we can see these questions, but when this goes to YouTube and I think maybe even IGTV, the questions disappear. What are your thoughts on Environ moisturisers? I don't like the moisturisers as much as I like the serums, because purely my own preference, the Environ moisturisers are in a mineral oil base, or they certainly used to be. I have a feeling they still are. And that's fine. Des Fernandez doesn't mind mineral oil. I'm just not a fan of it. But the rest of the stuff, the AVST essences and all that kind of thing, are all great products, and they're all vitamin A based, so it's hard to go wrong, you know. Thoughts on DCL for pigmentation? Very good. Like a bit of DCL. Best moisturiser for a 20-year-old oily acne prone skin. It depends how much. I think when it comes to doing acne, we should, it's really difficult because, for example, Ava will say to me, my acne is awful, and she has like two spots. And then when you see proper cystic acne or long-term acne on someone who's had it since they became a teenager, it really brings home how serious a condition it is, as opposed to just having a few zits. So I'm not doubting you, by the way, Ab London. I'm just saying 20-year-old oily acne prone would make me think that you're prone to getting spots, but you don't really have proper acne. Is that a fair summation? I don't know. In general, though, if you are acneic and in your early 20s, by all means try oil-free. Try things like CeraVe, try things, French pharmacy brands. It's hard to go wrong because they don't use a lot of filler ingredients in their products that you don't need. They're very good, they're very basic. I mean, I could live in a French pharmacy quite happily. In terms of choosing my skincare, I don't actually want to live there. But it depends on your budget, it depends on how your skin reacts to certain, you know, it's harder to just go, oh yes, try this, this and this. I would say stick with oil-free, stick to sort of Boots and Superdrug if you're 20 and you don't want to spend a lot. Equally, there's things like Clinique Moisture Surge again, which is just a really good hydrating moisturiser. And they have the Moisture Surge, the one in the bottle, which name has completely gone from me and it's been on the blog loads of times. Moisture Surge Intense, I think, which is just a really good light hydrating gel lotion. That kind of thing. Is 24 too young for the likes of Pixie Retinol Eye Cream? It's not, I mean, technically it would be too young, but the Pixie Retinol Eye Cream is not a super, super strong one, so you would be fine, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't suggest that at the age of 24 you need to go hardcore on retinol, personally. Do you rate Charlotte Tilbury products? Of course. I assume you're talking about skincare because we're on skincare. I think Magic Cream is excellent if you want your skin to look amazing for a certain amount of time. And it's excellent if you have dry skin or if you are slightly older and more mature. I don't think Magic Cream is suitable for you if you have acne or you have greasy skin or you have combo skin. I think it's too rich. Just my humble opinion. Moisturizer for acne-prone skin to help redness and scars. Well, you wouldn't fix the redness and the scars with your moisturizer. I would do that more with a treatment, with a serum. So I would, this is for Dealer, BK. I would look more at a serum for that kind of thing. For redness and for scarring, it depends. You're looking at things like kojic acid, niacinamide, hydroquinone, depending on where you live and how bad the scars are, azelaic acid, those kind of ingredients in that family. Paula's Choice is a great, you know, if you're ever lost in terms of, I'm not sure if this ingredient's good for me, I'm not sure if this product will, check Paula's Choice. Bearing in mind that obviously you have Paula's Choice website and you have the Beautypedia website, and they are twins, right? Or they're sisters. Beautypedia has a very set formula that it follows. If you are in an open jar, it grades you down, no matter the preservative system. If you aren't in a pump, same thing, it grades you down. It has ingredients that it just says doesn't work, and I just think they don't always perhaps update their thinking. However, it is also a great source of information. So by all means, check on there and sort of you can put in redness and it will throw up products too. Obviously at first they're all going to be Paula's Choice products, but that's fine. It is their site after all. Let me keep going. Hang on. Someone's put, oh wait, you're doing moisturizer. Yes, I am. Amanda, dude. Best SPF for dark skin. We'll do that. I think we're doing SPF Monday. But I know that Deja recommends E-Cooking, Swedish brand. What do you think about Cetaphil SPF 50 moisturizer? I'm sure it's fine. I haven't particularly used it. I think we do have it in the office. I prefer CeraVe as a brand to Cetaphil. Just my personal preference. Supergoop Unseen for dark skins. I have not tried that one, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Ways to cure periodic dermatitis. I don't know if you mean you get it periodically or whether you've got perioral dermatitis. Super dry skin, best moisturizer that's not too pricey. Depends how dry. If you're really dry, you can do Weleda Skin Food, which I don't think I have because I think I took it to the office because we're always filming and doing things with it. Weleda Skin Food or Weleda Skin Food Light is brilliant, a brilliant moisturizer. Hello, Amira. What are we looking for in ingredients for a morning versus a night moisturizer? To be honest, they're much of a muchness because you, unless you have SPF in your moisturizer, it depends. If you want to just wash your face and put a moisturizer on, you can do that. If you want to wash your face and put a serum on, you would take care of the sort of active ingredients in the serum family, and then your moisturizer really just needs to be hydrating, softening, maybe have glycerin, maybe hyaluronic acid, depends. So I wouldn't necessarily, all moisturizers will contain those things. Most moisturizers will have glycerin, hyaluronic acid, maybe, why have I gone completely, let me just think of something that's really obvious. I know people watching this who know their skincare is shouting at me through the screen, that's fine. When you're faced with it, it's like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You're like, oh, that's a really obvious answer. So I wouldn't necessarily look for different ingredients between a morning moisturizer and an evening moisturizer. Does that make sense? For me, the most important thing to find about a moisturizer is that you love the texture and you will use it. Because I could literally say, this is the most amazing moisturizer. One of the questions that I saw coming through was, what's the best moisturizer you've ever had on your skin? My favorite all time is this one, and I never have it more than 5 feet from my dressing table. It's Kate Somerville, Peptide Kate Power Cream. Used to be called Deep Tissue Repair. I've been raging about this in a good way on the blog since it first came into my hands. It's in my top 3 products of all time. And it's also Jordan Samuel's favourite product of all time. Do you need this if you're 20, 25, 30? Absolutely not. Do you need this if you are in my category? Oh, yes, my friend. And that's perfect because that's like a serum moisturiser. So you could technically use something like this, not saying you need both, but I'm saying you could use something like this with the Murad on top, because this is about hydration. This is about anti-aging, as much as I hate the term. I'm so sorry. If you don't think skincare is an essential, you shouldn't be following Caroline. True say. I'm trying to keep going. Good for mental health. Absolutely. You have to have skincare. It's part of your daily care routine. Best way to apply moisturizer. That's a good one. It depends. Depends what the moisturizer, if it's in a pump, if it's in a jar. So let's just do a pump. So for example, this is Kate Somerville. You just push it down like that. It comes out. I won't do a lot because I've got moisturizer on and I do not want to waste it. And literally take it like this. Don't do this. You know, you see people doing it and they're like, I'm like, what? It's like you're in a mariachi band. What are you doing? Stop. A little bit. Straight on. You don't need to warm it. Oh, oh my God, that smell. I'm not being funny, people, but that is sexual. If she says rude things to make me laugh, can everyone see? Yes, Ruth, they can see you. They can see your comment. You'd have to WhatsApp me for that privilege. So moisturizer, you just put it on. Just make sure you've covered. And that's why we would generally say put your SPF on separately, because your SPF, you need to remember things like make sure you've done your nose. Like there, I know I didn't really get it all around my eyes. I certainly don't put it on my ears, that kind of thing. So just be careful. Okay, sorry, I'm reading. Thank you, that made me feel better. You saying that my skin has flared really bad since this. Since which? Oh, since we've all been trapped indoors. Definitely. Everyone's has. Mine is really, really dry. And my spots have gone down. But my chocolate consumption has not. I think I'm going to give myself this week. I think this week was a challenge, right, folks? This week was like, oh, wow, we are going through something we've never been through before. I just enjoyed the chocolate. But that's going to have to stop because my skin's going to be like, you could leave the house with really great skin. You can do nothing for 3 weeks except care for it. And you're going to blow it by eating all the crap. Okay. Oh, everything's popping off. Okay, wait. How many moisturizers on the go for morning and night? Rotate 2 to 3. No, you don't need to with moisturizer. You can get one. Get one and use it morning and evening. Or you can get 2, use one morning, use one dedicated for the evening. There's no need to have 2 or 3. I would just make sure you keep it. Be consistent. You know, consistency is key with skincare. I mean, there's a lot of jumping about from one active to another active and all that kind of thing. And there's no need, like, use them up. Good evening from Paris. Hello, Paris. Loving Beauty Pie, super healthy skin moisturizer. Very nice. I agree. Excuse me. I have a frog in my throat. It is not the C word. Moisturizer is a bookend. Don't spend a lot. I like what you did there. Las Vegas checking in. Oh, what's a good moisturizer under a £5? I'm broke. Okay, so if you are broke and under a £5, you're going to go to either The Ordinary or Superdrug. Or Boots have their new single ingredients range. I can't remember what it's called, but they all have something along the lines of a £5. Do you like the Belief line? Yes, I've spoken about the Belief line on the blog a lot. I love the Belief line. I've got somewhere under here, I have the huge pot of the True Moisture Cream. Please hold. You enjoy the view, won't you? Ugh. That was not an attractive sound, I know. Oh, it's not here. Hang on. Oh, I'll tell you what is here, though. Can you see what that is? Look at that. Sexy time. I don't know if you're still around, Mr. Rosebrook, but man, oh man, if you want... yes, he is. Oh, it's unopened too. Do I break the seal for the Instagram people? Wait. Look. Look at that. If you have not used this cream, so Josh Rosebrook is somewhere there in the comments. This is not so much a cream as it's a Vital Balm cream facial moisturizer. It's a different level, people. I'm going to put it on my face now. Ready? It's in there. In fact, I need to move that over to this side so that I can remember to put it in my top. This one, you do need to do a little bit at the end of your fingers just to get it spread around. I'm going to be completely covered in moisturizer. I don't care. It's worth it for this. You don't have to like spend hours putting it on your nose. I just like the smell. Please tell me there are people out there who've used Jss Moisturizer. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Well done, Mr. Rosebrook. Well done. Okay, let me go back because they're all... I just want you to know that for some reason, Insta's like putting these comments up and then I'm only getting like 2 or 3 at a time and then they're gone. Glow Recipe. It's okay, Glow Recipe. I think it's a lot of hype about fruit-flavoured moisturisers, personally. Sunday Riley Tidal, good for acne prone. Yes, it's more water-based, so it should be okay. It depends entirely on budget concerns. And if you like the feeling, because Sunday Riley Tidal has a little bit of silicone to suspend the water, and that's not a bad thing. It's just purely if you like the feeling. Dr. Jart. I like Dr. Jart. I bought myself a blooming Dr. Jart, the priming moisturiser in the orange tube. And I was going through the blog earlier, and all the pictures are up on the blog, but I've left it in the office. There you go. Really, really annoying. What's the point of dimethicone? The point of dimethicone is to suspend other active ingredients in them so that you get them into the skin. And there are always 2 categories. There are people who hate silicones and there are people who do not mind them. I'm in this category. I don't mind them. Top 3. I'll do the top 3 on the blog because this is one of those things I have to think about. But certainly Kate is there. Murad is there. Josh is there. That new embryo. I mean, there's like, I could do like top 10, you know. There are so many. Oh, I've just seen how you can do all those questions. They look fun, don't they? Let's try and see. Can you see that? Best beauty pie product. How nice is that? I like the Japan Fusion Cleanser. I like the Super Healthy Skin range. I like the Plantastic Balm. I love a bit of beauty pie, to be honest. Yeah, that would be my top selection. Enviro and AVST moisturisers. Yeah, we were on. They spoke about them a little bit earlier. They are okay, but they have mineral oil in. To my knowledge, they still do. I'm just not the biggest fan. But if you love them and you are using them, do not change them for my benefit. Let's do some more. Your favourite basic cheap moisturiser. Again, cheap depends. If you say cheap, I'm going to say you're thinking super cheap, like under a tenner. To me, is cheap. So the Ordinary Natural Moisturising Factors that I showed earlier. Just show that again while I'm here. Ooh, this one. Nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Garden of Wisdom must do good moisturisers. It's more branding, as in it's more brands than individual products. Do you know what I mean? So like CeraVe, Avon, La Roche-Posay, The Ordinary, the Inky List. And then if you're in mid-range, you're looking at Pixie and Indeed Labs and that kind of pricing. Make sense? I hope so. Let me pull up another question. Okay, wait. Where is it? Oh my God, there's so many. Where is yesterday's live? Okay, I'll answer this and then I'll tell you where everything is coming. I'm 25. Should I be using a retinol in my skincare routine? It depends on your lifestyle and your skin. If you have lots of breakouts and or acne, yes. If you're a smoker and a partier, probably. If you're really healthy, you hate the sun, you get lots of sleep, no, you're okay for a few years, chill. 3rd week staying home in Greece. Oh, power to you people. Let's see how far we go, eh? Wow. I'm going to scroll back through some of these because I don't think everyone knows how to do the questions. Neither do I, let's face it. Any advice for my 64-year-old mum? She uses Paula's Choice 1% retinol, but finding a pleasant moisturiser is always a hassle. Budget not an issue. She likes something which sinks in. Well, Paula's Choice does good moisturisers. What about this one? The Barrier Repair moisturiser. Also a nice dash of purple. Nice choice, Paula. That says with retinol, but it's not at a high percentage and it's not going to interfere with the one she's already got. And it's, look, it's not a, hang on. There. Perfectly nice moisturiser. There. Nice, absorbs, all good. Moisturisers I can talk about all bloody day. I love moisturisers. Makeup base never lasts, gone by lunch. Any suggestions? Yes, you are dehydrated. You need to spritz and add moisturiser. Maybe once or twice after you've cleansed, and then put your makeup on because the water in your foundation is being completely absorbed because your skin wants the moisture from it. What do I think of Revolution Skincare? I think it's probably up there with the sort of cheaper. it's difficult, right? Because obviously Revolution makes its money in its name by knocking off all the big products, right? To my knowledge, it's not atrocious skincare. However, it would be disingenuous of me to say more because I haven't looked into it that much. Now, of course, I'm going to add that to my list. I think it's better than some that's out there. It's certainly better than the general things I've seen, like Nip and Fab, the vitamin C and the retinol range. I didn't find anything in either of those ranges that I could happily recommend. And I tried. I went through all of them. I was just like, there's too much. Like a lot of them, the mists had alcohol as a first ingredient. I don't mind alcohol in an acid or something like that, but you don't need it as a mist. Do you know what I mean? Do you think Hello will be out this week? Well, I've got my Hello. It's just come. I reckon it's going to be a load of regurgitated pictures of Kate and Meghan. But how is that different from any other week? I love it. I don't care. I'm just going. Hang on, please hold, caller. Your thoughts on Kiehl's, please. Well, Kiehl's, we used to sell when I was in Space NK like 4 lifetimes ago. Ultra Facial Moisturizer was our best-selling moisturizer, and it's perfectly fine as a moisturizer. I don't have any problem with it. There are no bells and whistles. So if you're happy with that, then you're a Kiehl's fan, knock yourself out. Absolutely, go for it. Probiotics and moisturizer, love it or not. Not really found a point for them to be in moisturizer. More so since I've had all the conversations with the Mother Dirt people. If you don't know, Mother Dirt is a brand that makes this mist with microbiome in. And you would probably be one of those people like I would be originally going, oh, that's impossible. And also you can't add bacteria to any skincare products. You can't have bacteria in your skincare products. It's part of the EU and the American regulations. Let me just tell you people that the people behind Mother Dirt are from MIT. And they found that in the rulings, you can add microbiome to a product. It just can't be in there because it is developed, because it has no preservatives, if that makes sense. So since I found that out, and when we sat with them and they told me everything, I'm now obsessed with how meticulous they were versus some of the other brands who sort of say, you just look at the cream and you're like, there's nothing alive in that cream. Let's stop, shall we? So yeah, if it comes to Mother Dirt, I trust it implicitly. And they make a moisturizer that supports the mist. The mist is the hero. So I would look at that, go down that road. Depends where you live, though. Sorry if I've just screwed you over. You're like, I can't get that anywhere. Have you tried Ren Flash Hydro Boost? I found it pretty phenomenal. Yes. Ren is an easy win. Paula's Choice is an easy win. Dr. Sam's Moisturizer and Moisturizer Light are absolutely fine. Home since the 10th of March in Italy. Oh, do you know what? I've said to my husband, the minute we can travel, we are coming to Italy. We bloody love Italy. We've been there more than anywhere with the kids, because if you're English and your kids are just boring and fussy, they will invariably all eat pasta. So we started going to Italy when we could afford to take holidays, because we knew the kids would eat the food. But then we fell in love with it. So I am coming to Italy this year. If we come on the 29th of December, we're coming. So we send you all our love, Italy. We really feel what you're going through. It's horrific. Hi, stay home. Oh, we're staying home, mate. Don't worry. No one is leaving the building. Do you still use any Drunk Elephant? Only if I come across it and I've got it in my stash. And it's not because I don't want to. I'll be back. Sorry. We're talking about Drunk Elephant. Of course I would use it if I had it in my stash. But I think we've got through most of it. There might be a bit in the office, which I will get through. But yeah, I mean, things like the marula oil I love, Proteini I love, the other moisturizer, which name escapes me, I love. So yeah, absolutely. I don't have a problem with them. It's the other way around. Would you recommend anything from Avon? Yes. Avon do the, what was it called? Oh my God, they were one of the first to bring out the retinol with the glycolic on the other side, their retinol treatment with the number 1 and the number 2. Honestly, got me on the spot now. Yes, Avon are a fantastic brand. And I think, interestingly, I am pretty sure, I think this is right. Industry people might want to jump on afterwards and I'll correct myself if I need to. But I think the UK has bought, because Avon was split, right? The US was completely separated from the rest of the world. But I think now they're all back under one roof, and I think they are all now cruelty-free. That is what my memory wants to tell me. I think that is still correct. How should I moisturize after tretinoin, moisturizer and oil or serum? It depends. If you're using tretinoin and you're using it a moisturizer to buffer, put your tret on, leave it for a good 20 minutes, half an hour, make a brew, whatever. And then just put your moisturizer on as normal, or in oil, whatever you want to do. It depends on how flaky you are, what percentage you're using, how strong it is, anything like that. But yeah, leave it 20 minutes, a good 20 minutes, half an hour, and then put your moisturizer on as normal. And maybe even mist before you go to bed and put a bit more moisturizer on, that kind of thing. But it depends. If your derm has told you to only use the tret and nothing else, don't listen to me, listen to them. Cheapest moisturizer recommendation. I think we've done that. What I'll do is make sure I've gone through and put in some nice cheap moisturizers. I will use the word cheap because you guys are. If I use the word cheap, I get shouted at. But if that's what you want, people, I will find it. Do you need an eye cream under 20? No. I binned the wipes and switched to flannels, changed my skin, thank you. You're very welcome. Oh, thoughts on Pixie Rose Ceramide cream. I bloody love that cream and I haven't got any left. It's in the office. Pixie Ceramide is a wicked moisturiser. Love it. Mixing skincare together and applying all at once. Don't do that. There's only one brand on earth that tells you to do that, and we know how I feel about doing that. Don't do that. Put it this way, I don't know any other brand that tells you to do that. So don't do that. If you're using that, by all means do. But any other brand, no. Do you invest in serum or moisturiser? Always serum. Serum all the way. Moisturiser and SPF. Does a right one cancel SPF? My dermatologist told me I've never heard it before. Does a night... I'm sorry, that question doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read as quickly as I can. Off topic, have you signed up for Sun Life yet? No, oddly enough, I have not. They can kiss my ass. Do you know what I mean? If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a very offensive ad for over 50s, and they were all basically in their grave talking about how they were going to pay for their funerals. I was not happy. Retinol eye creams, any good? We'll come to eye cream. Are you still doing facials? No, I stopped doing facials a couple of years ago. I mean, paid facials. I do facials for like Fashion Week and stuff like that. And I do lots of private consultations, but more because of friends and word of mouth and that kind of thing. Can I write the topic on my forehead? No, it's moisturizers. Charlotte Magic Cream again, do you like? I do, but only if you have a dry skin or you need a rich moisturizer. It's very rich. Retinol for a 29-year-old. Probably, yeah, you're okay at 29. Go for it. Hi, Davinia Taylor. Yo. Skin food moisturizer. Love it. Thoughts on Origins Drink Up Intensive? Love it. Sell by dates, really? Yes. It's not so much sell by dates. What you will see on skincare is this symbol, which is the PAO symbol, and that's the period after opening, which means that once you've opened this, you've got 12 months to use it up, and each one is different. But yeah, generally it's the used by date and all that kind of thing is much more relevant in the green category because they don't like preservatives, those crazy fools. Okay, Colorado, watching all the clapping from the NHS has made me very emotional. It was really emotional. Dry skin and dry climate, almost 40. Okay, what are you asking me, people? What do I think about Kexamivor, retinol and vitamin C's moisturiser? I like it, and don't be fooled, it is a strong moisturiser. It's not some weak-ass thing. Pixie moisturiser, yeah, the ceramide cream, we've already said, is amazing. Best eye serum, we're doing eyes at the weekend. Latest with my book launch. All the updates, by the way, the blog is always the home planet. So anything you need to know will be on the blog first. The book is postponed until the end of June because understandably, Amazon are busy delivering other things and they've ceased non-essential deliveries, which is absolutely appropriate. Why would you want people fussing trying to get my book in stock when this is what's going on in the world? So end of June. Thoughts on Zoe Skin Health line? Very good. Zoe Skin Health is the new version of Obagi. I like the products. The ethos I don't really agree with, which is don't use moisturizer because your skin gets used to it and stops making its own moisture. And they're quite cult-like about that. So it's not that I don't like to talk about it. When I've used one, I talk about it when I've used it, but I don't rave about it because I like to rave about things and go like, oh, look, this feels amazing for this. And it's hard to do that when there's no moisturizer. You know what I mean? a good value moisturising mist. This is probably the best value, this one, because you're going to use it all up. Look. Tellurian Ultra 8. Again, I think you'll be able to find this on essential.com. Favourite moisturiser ingredient. Glycerin and squalane oil. Just basic, hydrating. Augustinus Beta again. Expensive. That's the nicest way of saying it, isn't it? Come to my house, I'll make you some pasta. Make my own pasta. Thank you very much for the invitation. And I can't leave the house in case you didn't know. Can I use a lactic acid serum the same night as my Retin-a prescription? That is a question for your derm. I would guess no, personally, because they do the same thing. They're both going to exfoliate the skin, especially a prescription strength. Can laser treatments do anything for sun damage and wrinkle decolletage? That's not a moisturiser question, but yes, it can. What do you recommend for my lovely 13-year-old daughter with a lot of spots or possible mild acne? Nip it in the bud quickly. If she has started her periods, get her to a derm and get it sorted out now. But keep it simple, keep her clean, make sure her pillowcases are changed. But if she has started her periods, or she's about to, if she's got acne, I would get her to a derm and just get it nipped in the bud, because when she's 13, her skin will really repair itself quickly and you're not going to have to worry about scarring when she's older. Loads of questions about Augustinus Beta, worth the price? No, to my mind. If you can afford it and you love it, knock yourself out. Should you save up for it and credit card it? Absolutely not. What is Max doing during the lockdown? Max is on his computer. Where else do you think he is? Can you do an at-home facial guide? Yeah, I can do. We can maybe do that on Sunday instead of what we were going to do. Facial massager. Chanel Hydra, yes or no? Absolutely. I love the Chanel Hydra range. But if you do not like fragrance in your skincare, then avoid it, because Chanel uses fragrance in most of it, except for the, what was it called? Oh God, I've got it here somewhere. I'll find it. The one that only has 10 ingredients and it's really calming and soothing. I can't remember what it's called, but they make a big thing about being fragrance free. But Chanel does put their fragrance in their skincare. But the Hydra range is beautiful. Do you recommend Glossier products? Yes, I love a bit of Glossier skincare. And people look at me like I'm mad when I say that, but why wouldn't you? It's affordable. It does the same thing that a lot of more expensive things does. Was that grammatically correct? Sometimes my mouth is finishing a sentence when my brain is still catching up. Story of my life. So yes, I love a bit of Glossier. Is St. Ives scrub really that bad? Yes, Kaz2103. It absolutely is that bad. Avoid it like the plague. Would you be comfortable to share a bit about your life when you were younger? I find it difficult to see all these people online that seem to have endless bags of cash. Well, we certainly didn't have endless bags of cash, but if you want to be more specific about the question, I'm pretty open book and happy to answer. La Mer, again, if you want to use La Mer, you will love the feeling of it, you will love how rich it is, and you will be able to afford it. If you can't afford it, then leave it alone. Liz Earle. The old Liz Earle, yes. The current one, not so much. I get a lot of questions from people who've used Liz Earle for years and they find their skin suddenly doesn't like it. And that's because their brand have changed the formula and they haven't relayed that to the customer. So there you go. Can you explain more about Glossier, the Skin Dew or the Future Dew? Yes, it is kind of a moisturiser oil hybrid. Please hold. Good job I do this at my dressing table, isn't it? This one. It is, oh my God, look, there's only about that much left. I love it. Do you need this if you are young and 20? No, only if your skin's really dry and you want to sort of, you know, put it on the top of your cheeks. If you're a bit older, to me, this is a godsend. So I'll show you when we're doing maybe I'll do a makeup-y bit one day or something, because face it, folks, we're here for the long run, you know. What do you think about the Ordinary products? We cover this in every session. Some of them are great. Some of them are overrated. I think you have to be careful. You have to pick and choose. And I would definitely not buy 5 serums when you could buy 1 complete formula from someone else. That makes sense. Thoughts on Jss Moisturizer? Jordan, obviously I love it. Can you give us your ultimate top 5 moisturizers? Yes, I'm going to write them down. It's on my list. Hang on. Best moisturizer for textured skin. Don't worry about treating textured skin with your moisturizer. That again is something you want to treat at the cleansing stage and the serum stage and at a professional treatment stage. If it is textured through things like acne scarring, you want to, I would go and visit an esthetician and see what you can do. If it's just a bit rough, then get into the acids and use more of acids after you've cleansed, if that makes sense. I finished retinol 1% in Squalane. What should I use next? You can bump it up, Emma. You can go to, I mean, to be honest, although I've said we'll cover retinol this weekend, I would say if you are interested in retinol, I spent like 6 months of my life last year on YouTube doing, I don't know how many videos we made, but there was a lot of retinol videos from beginning and a Q&A and then 3 or 4 stages of retinols and then a roundup. And they're all on YouTube and they're all available now. So I would start there because that will probably answer any question that you've got before we even talk about them on here at the weekend or whatever. Best body moisturizer for itchy skin. First of all, get a body brush and make sure you're dry body brushing before you get in the shower. And then if you, oh, that's an excellent question. I'm going to hold my finger there. And then I use my body moisturizer head to toe every morning after I've showered. So it depends entirely on, if you're really itchy and you live in the States, you can get, oh God, what was it called? I mean, here you've got Ameliorate, right? Which is for keratosis pilaris, chicken skin. But a lot of the time you're itchy because your skin barrier just needs a bit of repair, and you might get that with a normal moisturizer. Aveeno do nice rich moisturizers. The Body Shop body butters, anything that's kind of like a rich moisturizer after you've body brushed should be helpful. One of the questions was, if you could do a run to your office, what products would you bring that you have there? Now that's an excellent question. I would bring back the Dr. Jart priming moisturizer. What else did I say that I've got at the office that I've left there? But yeah, I have been thinking, if as soon as we can get out, I've got to go and pick up blah, blah, blah. There you go. I'll have a think. Opinions on Cetraben. Cetraben is sort of generally available on prescription and necessary if you have that compromised skin and will have been given to you by a doctor. So why wouldn't you use it? Of course. Do you know what I mean in your accent is hilarious to Americans? Oh, do you know what I mean? Oh my God. Like, I can totally do it if I was like... When we went to California with Ben a couple of Januaries ago, Amanda and I left the Pixie office and went to Tender Greens across the street and said to Ben, we'll meet you there. Because he had come from the airport and the hotel, he flew in from a different state. And when we walked up to him, he was sitting there just laughing his head off. And I was like, what's happened to you? Why are you laughing? And he said, I didn't know people really spoke like that. He didn't think that the Kardashians really spoke the way they did. He didn't get the Valley Girl thing. And of course, he was surrounded by girls going, like, oh my God, like for real, like, oh my God, this salad is like, it's awesome. And he was literally going, I can't believe they talk like that. So I understand you laughing at me when I say, do you know what I mean? Are Neutrogena moisturizers good? Yes, they are. I like the Hydra Boost, the blue pots. I love that range. All very affordable, hydrating. That is what you want. Can your skin become used to using moisturizer? Is it best to switch regularly? Only if you feel like you're not getting enough. I've been using these. Oh my God, look, I've mullered them too, look. This is the Allies of Skin. Do you remember like last year? Was it last year or earlier this year? Maybe it was earlier this year. I did the, when Ginny and I got caught on the train and I did the Allies of Skin event for Space NK. I've been using these ever since, and amongst everything else, but I loved them. Now this one is actually this one, but in new packaging. So we'll put that one away, but I'm still using it because there's nothing wrong with it. And these are excellent, but look, and they last really well. They're a 50 ml and you still get stuff out of them. So there you go. I like a bit of Allies of Skin. Should you let your skin dry after toning before moisturising? Absolutely not. Keep your skin damp and then put your moisturiser on top. When are you coming back to Glasgow? When I can leave the house, mate. Okay, let me just do a few more. Oh, okay, hang on. Moisturiser applied, heat on dry or damp skin. I'm not sure what that question is, but I would put moisturiser on damp skin, personally. Thoughts on La Roche-Posay Effaclar duo? I think it can be too strong, and I think teenagers and early 20-year-olds use it as if it's the Bible, and it's not. By all means, use it on your spots. Don't use it with abandon all over your face so that the rest of your face dries out. Do you know what I mean? There are like 4,000 questions here, and I'm just going to try and scroll through to the bottom and make myself come back a bit. How do you feel about DIY beauty like moisturisers using essential oils? No, don't do DIY skincare. Times are hard, people, but we're not on a desert island. Do you know what I mean? Thoughts on Glossier skincare? I've done that. Love a bit of Glossier. Can moisturiser break you out? Yes, of course. If you have the wrong kind of moisturiser, absolutely. Favourite specific allies of skin products? The ones I just held up, which I will list below when I come to do it. But they were peptide and antioxidant firming daily treatment and molecular multi-nutrient day cream. These two. I put this one on first and this one on top. And they are one of the brands that say that you can layer them, and I can see why. They kind of work really nicely together. I still like to do it separately because I like the feeling I'm doing something helpful for my face. That's enough of that. Clearly I'm losing my mind. We've got like 5 minutes, people. Okay. Garnier moisturisers, good or not good? Body, yes. Face, nah. You know, okay. Honestly, there are just so many. Let me try and find, how many times a day do you recommend reapplying moisturiser? Now, normally, I would say twice, morning and evening. But I have been, like I've had all of my moisturisers out and about. The last few days, it's been these two. I've had this one in my bag, and I'm doing it 3-4 times a day. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going in heavy. It means I'm literally doing, Ginny's having flashbacks about the train. It means I'm doing a mist, and then I'm putting a moisturiser on top. They're so expensive, though. They are. I assume we're talking about allies of skin. It is expensive, absolutely. So if you're going to treat yourself, fantastic. If you can't afford it, leave it. There are plenty of other products that are just as, give you just as, I don't know if they're just as good. That's not fair, because Allies is an excellent brand. And the moisturisers, so what I would say is these, so this kind of moisturiser, right? This is what I would call a serum moisturiser. They are packed with active ingredients. So that's like things like Allies, Kate, that kind of thing. The different, and then maybe even something like this, like Paula, okay? The Paula's Choice Barrier Repair. These have more oomph in them than, say, traditional moisturisers, which I would class as the Embryolisse, the Curel, the Murad, and so it's been very useful. I've got all of them. And then the Biossance Squalane. These are hydration products. These will moisturise your skin. They're all suitable for all different kind of skin types. By the way, I didn't prep for this. This is what I have on my dressing table normally. Pray for my husband. These are these are much more active products. So that's why these are more expensive. Think of these as a serum, not as moisturisers. But what you could happily do is use this under this. So if you put those two together, it's kind of the price of like a mid-price serum with a mid-price moisturiser, because this is, at the moment, it's like 14 quid in Boots, and this is over 100. But this is like, so do you see what I mean? That's kind of how I justify things. And I always have it in my mind when I'm trying to recommend things. I'm always kind of thinking, okay, but what if this was put into a routine? How much would it cost? That's why you'll always find me recommending things like Indeed Labs, Pixie, at the bookend ranges. So cleansers and moisturisers, Pixie, Indeed Labs, anything that I've mentioned tonight, the Curels of this world, the La Roche-Posays, all of those brands. But the middle bit, the serum bit, you will find brands that make moisturisers that are slightly more active, which goes back to the question we had at the very beginning about peptides and more active ingredients. You'll be able to tell. So this, for example, and to be honest, this isn't an ad, I'm using it because it's here and I use it all the time. So I'll give you another example, Medicate. I would like to use one that isn't a retinol, but this will give you an idea. So these are, the Retin-a range from Medicate is expensive, absolutely, but they are loaded, like they're super high tech. Okay, these are the cat just sneezed. I forgot she was in here. These are completely different to this. Back to front again. This is a hydration product. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, right? These are super high tech. You don't need these if you're in your 20s or even in your early 30s. However, if you are older and you have signs of aging and you want them gone, you need to invest. We've got like 3 minutes left because I'm not going to go over again. May Lindstrom's Blue Cocoon Moisturizer. You can use it as moisturizer, but bear in mind it's water-free. It has oil. It is amazing, but for a day-to-day moisturizer, it depends on your skin type. Okay, fine. Oh, someone's got Curel, got through to Boots and bought their Curel. Nice work. I'm going to do SPFs on Monday, but what I'm not going to do is go through loads of individual ones. I'm going to talk more about just the topic of SPFs in general and how to use them and that kind of thing. Thoughts on the Sol Brazilian Bum Bum Cream from Space and Kate. I don't like the smell. I'm one of those weirdos that does not like the smell of that Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Cream. I think it stinks. I'm so sorry. Just take a prayer for me because I know I've just gone to... I mean, everything I say, I think, wow, they're not going to listen to me tomorrow because I'm saying everything against what the industry says. Don't think you should spend a fortune on Augustinus Bader. Don't like the smell of Bum Bum Cream. Don't think you should credit card your moisturisers. If you are going to credit card something in skincare, credit card a really good serum that has been recommended to you by a pro if you have to. Credit card a derm. The rest of it you need to try and buy within your range. Do you like Advanced Night Repair? Yes, I do. Anything similar on the market? Not really. It's quite a unique product, Advanced Night Repair. I mean, Double Serum is compared to it a lot of the time because they both have sort of squalane and actives. But yeah, best moisturiser for redness on cheeks. To be honest, anything. I would target, if you've got redness, the first thing I would do is think about your cleanser, not your moisturiser. You could be using a really rich moisturiser, but using a really drying cleanser. And you're always going to be, you know... what's the word? Compromising your skin barrier. Something a bit more sophisticated to say. Check her blog, people. A lot of these questions are answered there. They are. So, but again, every time I do these, I find people who don't know, they think I came to life on Instagram and don't know that I have a blog. The blog is 10 years old in April. There are 16 or 1700 blog posts on there. I would check that out first. I might as well tell you now because you're all asking, are you perhaps thinking on doing a summer yellow kit? We have the spring kits ready to go. They were going to launch in line with the book. The book is now postponed, but the kits will not be. They will go on sale in May. And we still have the bags. We've updated the bags a little bit. We took all your feedback. We've updated them. And yeah, there's some shocking pink things coming your way, people. That's probably the best way I could leave it. I can't remember what we're doing tomorrow. I'll check my list and I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm going to try and get as many videos up as I can. I've got a video coming of Dr. Emma Wedgeworth, a video with Dr. Dennis Gross. All of these Instagrams are getting put into IGTVs and up on YouTube. And I'm going to film an empties at home, old style, on my bed. Have a wonderful evening. Oh, are you wasting money on La Mer? No, if you can afford it, absolutely not. Knock yourself out. If you're credit carding it, stop doing that. I will see you all tomorrow. And I'll put a reminder up about what the topic is. I can't remember. Have a lovely night. Stay indoors, people. Watch telly. Embrace everyone. Don't kill your children. Don't drink too much. Don't go down the road of thinking, oh, I'm not going out. I'm going to have a drink. Don't do that. Your skin doesn't like alcohol. Now I've just ruined your Friday night. Bye.